What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell that it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely gonna want to check this one out. So we got yet another Democratic governor messing around and quickly finding out after fighting against Trump's efforts to clean up his state with Operation Charlotte's Web, guys. And I'm excited to get to this one. So I'm straight into it. All I ask that you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out.
So we're hearing there's like over 100,000 illegal aliens in the city of Charlotte. This operation, Charlotte's Web, is underway. How's it going so far?
It's going good. We're using the investigative cases that we've built on these individuals in that area to go out and after the worst of the worst. We're going after people who've committed robberies, assaults, DUIs, getting them off the streets, keeping people safe. That is exactly what the leadership in the city should be partnering with us on, and what the governor should be as well. But grateful that every single day I get to wake up and work for a president that just wants to protect the American people. So we've got many individuals we've already arrested and are bringing to justice and deporting, returning them back home to their countries. And all of that is built off of getting those worst of the worst off of our streets to make us safe again.
All right, folks, and just as promised, President Donald Trump just initiated another mass deportation operation, this time in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we're already seeing the governor teaming up with the president of the NAACP to come after President Donald Trump, labeling him as Hitler.
We have a little man sitting in 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue who really believes that Hitler was the greatest man ever on earth, whose whole vision is to be just like Hitler, and is trying to create a 1940s Germany right here in the United States. And like then, many people said, well, it's them, it's not me.
We've seen masked, heavily armed agents in paramilitary garb driving unmarked cars, targeting American citizens based on their skin color, racially profiling and picking up random people in parking lots and off of our sidewalks, going after landscapers simply decorating a Christmas tree in someone's front yard, and entering churches and stores to grab people. This is not making us safer. It's stoking fear and dividing our community.
My question here is, when are we going to put a stop to this and draw the line for these loonies on the left? We just seen the president of the NAACP alongside the governor of North Carolina, Josh Stein, comparing President Donald Trump to Hitler and saying that ICE agents are picking people up at random, scooping them up off the streets just because of their skin color, when we all know that is not the case. These are all targeted arrests. They know these folks in our country illegally, and if you're here illegally, guess what? You've got to go. But of course, this sparked mass protest across North Carolina. I want you guys to see the results of their very dangerous rhetoric. I'm not sure if it's just me, but I'm starting to notice a trend among the demographic of individuals who show up and support these anti-ICE protests. It looks like it's just a bunch of liberal Karens that we see here, and that's because they've been brainwashed by these left-wing media outlets like MSDNC and CNN, who constantly preach and gaslight folks to believe that there is no problem in the United States when it comes to illegal migrants. Well, if there's no problem in North Carolina, please tell me why there was reports of over 20,000 kids missing from school the day after Operation Charlotte Web kicked off.
Charlotte-Mecklenburg school leaders are sharing the number of student absences from its campuses today. They say nearly 21,000 students were not in school today. That accounts for 15% of students enrolled across the district. CMS officials are not saying whether the mass absences are tied to the Border Patrol enforcement operations across the city.
So let me get this straight. According to left-wing media outlets, there is no illegal migrant crisis in Charlotte, North Carolina, but we see the response. Folks are scared to send their kids to school because they already know they're not supposed to be in this country. And on top of that, folks are scared to go to work because they aren't supposed to be in this country. I want you guys to take a look at the response. We got a landscaper, he owns a landscaper business, who comes out and says that half his work staff is missing because of Operation Charlotte's Web.
Overall, it's affecting all businesses. Out of 5 trucks, I'm running 1. I'm by myself. I mean, people are scared. This is hardworking people. No criminal record, no anything. They're just working people. People are hiding. And you see what's going on. You see the news, but news doesn't show everything. It's like the stuff that they're doing right now. The guy almost hit me. I mean, they don't care. But the one thing I have to say is this is, I mean, all people can do is just be quiet. Just don't answer questions. They approached me. They stopped me yesterday while driving. They said, don't follow them. I wasn't following them. All I was doing my job. I mean, I have a landscape business. Like I said, everyone, I mean, I'm from here. I was born in the United States and I got nervous. So, I mean, I can only imagine how people are feeling right now. Breaking up families. I know people who've been affected. I mean, just stay strong. There's nothing I can say. Just stay strong. Like I said, I'm spooked and I'm from here. So I can only imagine how people are feeling right now.
And I'm going to offer up a bit of advice to folks who are currently living in fear in this country, folks who are scared to send the kids to school, scared to go to work, scared to go to the grocery store. You probably should self-deport before you get sent back and you can't come back ever. It makes no sense to constantly live your life in fear. That's no life that anyone wants to live, constantly having to look over your shoulder. I mean, just send yourself back home and then attempt to do it the right way, because there is a system in place that you can gain citizenship within the United States of America, but you have to do it the right way. But it's not just workers who aren't showing up to work. We're also seeing business owners completely closing down their businesses because they don't want their patrons being deported. This is insane.
What happened, Manuel, at your bakery or outside your bakery?
This past Saturday, I was walking here on this avenue, and then these unmarked cars just approach. Just 4 guys jump out from the car and threw pedestrians down to the floor, and all of these people could be customers from my bakery. And then these cars start coming here to my parking lot as well.
We're seeing some of the video taken by a bystander who is showing, the agents running, people falling on the ground, them trying to nab and pick up people. What have you done with Manolo's Bakery? What have you decided to do with your business because of this?
It's the first time in 28 years that we closed the bakery. The only time that we had closed it was a few hours when the founder passed away in 2014. So I decided not to risk my customers, not to risk my employees, and not risk myself and my family. That could be myself, my wife, or my kids who were walking on the streets and they just turned down to the floor like what I saw. So it's too risky, and I don't want to carry on my shoulders the heaviness of maybe a kid to lose their father or their mother because they were on their way to the bakery to get a cake.
Once again, we're seeing this is a full-on community effort underway to impede ICE operations, shield illegal aliens from being deported back to their home country. And it's not just this local bakery owner who is shutting down to shield his customers, shield his workers. We're also seeing North Carolina representatives coming out and saying the unthinkable in order to stop ICE enforcement.
Charlotte, our community is under siege. ICE and Border Patrol are roaming this community, profiling people, picking people up. It does not matter who you are. You can be an immigrant, you can be legal, illegal, or U.S. citizen. They're picking people up. It's my understanding that almost 100 people, or maybe more, have been picked up already. So I'm urging each of you, please be careful. If there are things that you see that should not be, please report those to my office immediately. And please be careful.
I'm not quite sure how to take her message. This is Representative Alma Adams of North Carolina, who says to report any ICE activities to her office if anything looks off or doesn't seem right. But again, this seems like doxing ICE agents, revealing their location so that folks can pull up and commit crimes. We've already seen a spike in violent crime, assault on ICE agents. This is just not the way. Folks who say things like this should be investigated, because this is putting the lives of our federal agents in jeopardy. Every single time they do this, it has to stop. But this is just the beginning, not the end of these folks. We're also seeing churches packed out by these left-wing lunatics who are trying to stop ICE enforcement.
Hey, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. I have to talk very quietly because I'm in a church, but check this out.
So we'll go over that in a second. And then we'll have you in a signal chat during your shift, and we're asking you to please post the details in the signal chat.
This is not a church service. This is a training being run by Siembra, North Carolina. It's called Safe to Work, Safe to School. All those people are here because they do not want Donald Trump's masked arms federal agents on the streets of Charlotte. They watched what happened in LA, they watched what happened in Chicago, and they're all here to be trained about how to get their neighbors and their friends and their coworkers safely to work and safely to school, to push back on the Trump administration on what they are doing.
These loonies on the left are doing everything in their power to get in the way of folks who are in our country illegally being sent back home to do it the right way. You can't just walk across the border of any other country, but they think it's acceptable here in the United States of America. You cannot make this kind of stuff up. And right on cue, we got CNN pushing a false narrative to say that voters that support President Donald Trump didn't vote for mass deportation of all illegal aliens, only the worst of the worst. Check this out.
To Jackie's point, it's not going to slow down.
No.
Stephen Miller, Kristi Noem, they are calling on ICE to be even more aggressive. They want to get more deportations. They want to see these numbers go even higher. So they're only going to increase these tactics. There's no sign that they're backing down.
What the president had said is we're going to get the criminals out of the country. And what the people who work for him have said is we don't care if they have actually committed crimes here. They see the crime, which it technically is, of being in the U.S. without being a citizen illegally.
And I think
not just without being a citizen.
When I think what we've heard from voters is they really did believe the president when he said that the criminals were the ones that were being targeted, not their next door neighbor who had been in the country for 20 years, et cetera, et cetera. But that's what's happening. And I think you saw in some of these off-year elections, you saw the beginning of this repercussion, and I think there's a lot of reasons for Republicans to be concerned, as both of you have pointed out, going into these midterms.
Yeah. And remember what they said at the beginning of this administration? People were all asking them, the administration, who are they going to deport first? How are you going to carry out the largest deportation effort in American history? And they kept saying, the violent criminals will get out first. That's what we're going to do.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness, yet another left-wing lunatic official, this time the governor of North Carolina, attempting to get in the way and stop ICE operations across his state, but it's not going to work. We've seen exactly what happened in the city of Chicago with Governor J.B. Pritzker. He had his hands tied the entire time. There is nothing you can do when it comes to this mass deportation effort of the Trump administration. It's something that has to be done. I mean, this is exactly what we voted for. I'm going to come out and say it. I don't care how many times these left-wing media outlets like CNN and MSDNC declare that this is not what voters wanted and Trump is losing support. You guys can speak up in the comment section. I don't want to speak for all Trump supporters, but when I say this is what we voted for, guys, this is exactly what we voted for. Not only has President Donald Trump got out the worst of the worst, but now he's weeding out folks who are not supposed to be in this country. They're here illegally and somehow benefiting off the American system. Putting those folks ahead of Americans is criminal. We can't continue to allow this, guys. I'm going to follow this Operation Charlotte's Web every step of the way right here with your boy RetroStef, guys, but definitely hop in the comment section. My question for today is this what you guys voted for as Trump supporters? And if you're not a Trump supporter, you sit this one out. But Trump supporters, please let me know in the comment section. Did you guys vote for this? Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, we'll catch you guys on the next week.